Isaiah Thomas back in the NBA here, and he signed a 10-day contract with the New Orleans Pelicans, and it's a good thing to see here for Thomas. Thomas, we know he's been an explosive scorer throughout his career, starting with Sacramento, and then he really picked things up once he went to the Boston Celtics one season, averaging 28 points a game and leading his team to the Eastern Conference Finals. But the hip injury is what really set him back, and he bounced around then to a couple teams. He was on Cleveland with LeBron and them. He was on the Lakers as well, and then he was on the Clippers last season. So Thomas here, we'll see what type of shape he's in this year. Obviously, he didn't sign a deal this season with an NBA team, and last season he didn't play that much, even though he got a little run. And then once the pandemic hit, he just didn't play. But right now with the Pelicans, they're dealing with a lot of injuries, and they give him the 10-day deal. Zion's out tonight, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart, and Lonzo Ball still out, and they also traded J.J. Redick to the Mavericks last week at the deadline. So Thomas, there might be some playing time here for him, and it's a wait-and-see approach the Pelicans are going to take with the first 10-day deal here. And last season, Thomas, 12.2 points a game, 1.7 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 2 threes a game, 81% from the foul line, and 40% from the field. So Thomas, he showed some flashes of a player who could still score, but obviously his explosiveness and speed just isn't there where it was seasons ago. And the hip injury is a devastating injury, no doubt about it. But Thomas, hopefully he could get over it and now get a chance here towards the last 25 games of the season with the Pelicans, and maybe next year get a better contract and stick with a team for a whole season. As far as fantasy basketball goes, Isaiah Thomas, you just got to wait and see what he's going to do and see if the Pelicans even sign him up to a second 10-day deal. But it's good they signed him to a first one with the injuries and the guard problems. And now we'll see if he could prove he still has something left in the tank, is Isaiah Thomas. Because if this guy never got hurt, he would still be a top 30, top 40 player, maybe even better in the NBA. But he was one of the best pure scorers for a few seasons, especially when he was on Boston. But once that trade to Cleveland happened, after hurting the hip and the Kyrie deal, he just was never the same. And that was already 4 or 5 seasons ago. So hopefully time heals the wounds here for Thomas, and he could have a good season here if he gets a good opportunity to play with the New Orleans Pelicans. So Isaiah Thomas back in the NBA, good to see with the Pelicans, and we'll see if he could get the second-day contract or if he could just explode and have some big performances in the upcoming week.